The tightest grip is usually hiding the deepest fear. What if real power is learning when to stop holding on? This video is going to surprise some of you because most of the world is built on fixing things, forcing outcomes, and fighting for our beliefs. In fact, if you look at the word strength literally, it means the ability to hold things tightly. But what if that strength, that tight grip, is actually keeping us from experiencing more of life? What if real strength is knowing when to let go? Most of us are taught from an early age to fight, to force things to happen, to fix other people's problems. And while this is a natural and instinctual response to the world, living in this mode all the time creates tension in our body, fear in our heart, and ultimately suffering in our lives. So today, we're going to dive into this idea that letting go is a superpower, not a weakness. It's something that needs to be learned, practiced, and mastered. And while it may feel counterintuitive, surrendering to the idea that we don't have to control everything is one of the greatest acts of strength we can ever experience. So here's the first point to start with. Letting go is not the same as giving up. When we think about letting go, it's easy to picture someone who's passive, who doesn't care, who takes no action. But that's not what letting go is at all. In fact, letting go is the exact opposite. To let go is conscious, it's active, and it's wise. You're choosing clarity over chaos, faith over control, presence over past or future. Letting go is saying no to that toxic friend who always brings you down or that movie you'll never finish watching. It's closing that book that's not serving you anymore or walking away from that conversation that's gone stale. Letting go is the courageous act of setting boundaries, of choosing peace over ego, and of deciding to invest your energy in things that matter. It's not about being lazy or disinterested. It's about being intentional, discerning, and wise with your energy. Now, this idea of letting go is not new. It's been talked about for thousands of years by many different cultures and spiritual traditions. Taoism, for example, teaches us that water doesn't resist. It flows. That's why water always finds a way to fill any container, but also why it's so important to step aside when you see a flood coming. Trying to fight it will only cause you to break. In the same way, sometimes in life, we need to learn how to bend and adapt to the situation rather than trying to force our way through. Next, we have Buddhism, which teaches that attachment to things, whether they're physical objects, experiences, or even people, is the root of all suffering. The more attached we are to things staying the same, the more we resist change, and the more we set ourselves up for pain and heartache. Then there's Stoicism, which teaches us to focus only on what's in our control, our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. The Stoics believed that everything else was outside of our control, and focusing on those things would only cause us unnecessary stress and worry. So instead, we should focus on what we can control and let go of everything else. Finally, Sufism, a form of Islamic mysticism, has this beautiful saying, "Die before you die." Now, this doesn't mean that you should stop living, but rather that you should let go of your ego, your attachments, and your need for control. In doing so, you free yourself from the shackles of your own mind and open yourself up to a deeper, more meaningful existence. Now that you understand what letting go really is, the next question is, how do you practice it? How do you let go in a world that seems to be constantly pulling you in a million different directions? Well, here are 3 quiet signs that you're ready to let go and allow yourself to live a more peaceful and fulfilling life. The first sign is repetition is draining you. Have you ever found yourself getting angry at work or in your relationships in the same way over and over again? For example, maybe your boss always criticizes your work and you find yourself getting more upset each time. Or maybe you have a friend who always cancels plans last minute and you keep making excuses for them. If you find yourself stuck in these patterns and feeling drained by them, then it might be time to let go. Instead of reacting the same way each time, try to take a step back and observe what's happening. Recognize the pattern and then consciously choose a different response. For example, when your boss criticizes your work, take a deep breath and remind yourself that their feedback might not be personal. Respond calmly and professionally. When your friend cancels plans, don't get angry or resentful. Accept it gracefully and make alternative arrangements. By breaking free from these repetitive cycles, you'll free yourself from the emotional baggage they carry and create space for more positive experiences. The second sign is that your peace costs too much. Think about the relationships in your life. Are you constantly having to walk on eggshells around certain people in order to avoid conflict? Do you find yourself sacrificing your own needs and wants to maintain harmony? If so, that's a sign that it might be time to let go. Holding on to toxic or unhealthy relationships can cost you your mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. Letting go of these relationships, while painful at first, can bring you much-needed peace and clarity. Remember, sometimes the hardest thing you'll ever do is also the best thing you can do for yourself. The third sign is that you no longer recognize yourself in the struggle. We all have core values and beliefs that guide our actions and shape our identity. So ask yourself, have you compromised on your values in order to achieve a certain outcome or to please others? Have you lost sight of who you are because of the constant struggle to succeed or conform? If you feel like you're acting in ways that are uncharacteristic of you, or that you're sacrificing your values and beliefs to fit in, it might be time to let go and reclaim your true self. Letting go could mean reevaluating your goals and priorities, or making changes in your career or relationships that better align with your authentic self. It can be scary to break away from the familiar, but it's also an opportunity to rediscover who you are and what you stand for. In the end, the idea of letting go isn't about giving up, quitting, or being passive. It's about aligning with what truly matters, about making conscious choices that bring you closer to your values, your purpose, and your potential. As author and speaker Elizabeth Lesser said, "You don't heal by clinging. You heal by releasing." Letting go isn't easy. It takes courage, strength, and a willingness to be vulnerable. But the rewards are immeasurable. When you let go of the need to control everything, you free yourself to experience the beauty and uncertainty of life more fully. You become more resilient in the face of adversity, more adaptable to change, and more open to the infinite possibilities that exist within and around you. At Wisdom Quest, we don't just talk mindset, we talk soul set. We believe that your mind and your soul are interconnected and that your thoughts and beliefs shape your reality. That's why we've created a safe and supportive community where you can explore your inner world, connect with like-minded individuals, and transform your life from the inside out. Whether you're looking for guidance on your spiritual journey, seeking support on your path to personal growth, or simply looking for a community of like-minded individuals, we invite you to join us at Wisdom Quest and discover the transformative power of a soul-set life. Thank you for joining us today, and until next time, may you find peace in the journey of letting go.